To watch or listen to my full content, please subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the bio below. Thank you.
It's called Angelic Human 12 Tribes and Indigo Maji Grail-Line Summary 1.pdf. Quite a title.
It is. And it lays out what it calls the original human 12 tribes race names.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't stop there. It links them to, well, Stargate DNA signet codes, specific seed locations, and these Maji Indigo Grail lines.
Right. Connecting geography, ancestry,
Right.
A lot going on.
Definitely. So our 7 today is basically to unpack what this document claims, try to understand the connections it's making.
Okay, let's dive in. First up is Tribe 1, E.S.O. They give a pronunciation, ISU2
Correct. And this one, according to the document, is tied to Stargate SG-1. What's really striking is the range of these seed locations it gives.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, Arizona in the U.S., it calls it Vortex 1, linked to Native Americans. Then Cyprus in the Mediterranean, Australia, Turkey, Greece, and even Antarctica. It specifically mentions Atlantean periods for Antarctica.
Wow, okay. Antarctica and Atlantis right off the bat. That's something. And it mentions a Maji Indigo Grail line, too.
It does. For this tribe, it describes the original blue and green-eyed Australian Aborigine, often red-haired, it says.
So a very, very specific ancestral picture being painted there.
Exactly. Moving to Tribe 2, that's Mahali Brua, pronounced Mahaha, L-E-Brua.
Got it. And that's Stargate.
FG2. The locations here are just as diverse. Florida, Seminole Native Americans, Sarasota, Florida. Then it mentions Brenua, described as black and brown-skinned Haitian Bimini Island races.
Okay.
Also Easter Island, which it calls Q-Site 2 Mava Harivi in Jerusalem, identified as Vortex 2, linked to Hebrew races.
Ah, Florida, Haiti, Easter Island, Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Quite the geographic spread for one tribe's origin points. What about their Maji Indigo Grail line?
For them, the document mentions the Mudai of Lemuria, specifically Hawaii and Easter Island, and also southwestern Native American descendant tribes. Plus, it includes the original Hebrew races of Jerusalem and Jordan.
And it calls them a hybrid.
Yeah, a hybrid of what the terms the Hibiru cloister and Melchizedek cloister. These seem to be specific groupings within this framework.
Okay, I think I see the pattern here. Tribes, stardate locations, Grail line. Let's look at Tribe 3. Amekazon Aper, pronounced A-M-E Kasani 2. That's SG3.
That's it, SG3. For seed locations, it lists Nohasa, Atlantis.
Atlantis again.
Yep, in the Bermuda Islands. Also Johannesburg, South Africa, and the Nepal Vortex in the Himalayas, noting brown and white-skinned races.
And the Grail line?
Identified as the white-skinned Drudex of Nohasa, Atlantis. So, yeah, another Atlantis connection.
Okay, Tribe 4 is Nuaguhali, SG4. Where does this one place them?
According to this, Giza in Egypt, Sumerian UR, then Aguascalientes, Mexico, that's Q-Site 4, and Central America generally.
Right, and the Grail line.
Described as Serres Egyptians, the original pre-Anunnaki Maya Toltec, and also Mexicali Indians.
That term pre-Anunnaki, that sounds like it implies a specific history or timeline they're working with.
It definitely seems to. Okay, next, Tribe 5, Ionatu Itila, pronounced Ot-O-Na-Tu Aile, linked to SG5.
And locations.
Machu Picchu in Peru Incas, and the original Ionian Italic races, which it clarifies means Italian.
Okay.
The Maji Indigo Grail line here is interesting. It says, Mua Incas of Machu Picchu, and light-skinned, often fair or red-haired, Celtic Druidic Mu-Ionians.
Celtic Druidic Ionians.
Yeah, and it adds a detail. It says this line was combined with Maji lines from Tribe 3 Druidics and Tribe 11 Celtics, who were supposedly exiled to Ionia during Anunnaki Leviathan raiding.
Wow. So it's suggesting these lines mixed and moved around due to, well, raids. That adds complexity.
It really does. It suggests a dynamic history, not just static points.
All right, Tribe 6, Ramayana Shridveda, SG6.
Okay, locations. Russia, specifically the Caucasus Mountains, Scandinavian white-skinned blonde races, and also brown-skinned races from India's Thar Desert, which it calls Q-Site 6.
Russia, Scandinavia, India.
Quite the trio. The Maji Indigo Grail line is identified as the Ramavida races of India and the original blue-eyed blonde Nordic races of Scandinavia and Russia.
Linking those groups together. Okay, Tribe 7, Mahata Agra. Mihata Agra, SG7.
This one points to Lake Titicaca in Peru again. Inca links and the indigenous olive-skinned people of Paxos Island in Greece.
Greece this time. And the Grail line.
The document describes the original Mahata Incas of Lake Titicaca, and it notes they fled from intruder raiders to Kauai, Hawaii.
Another migration mentioned.
Exactly. And also the original olive-skinned, green-eyed Ionians of Paxos Island.
Green eyes specified. Interesting. Okay, tribe 8 is Chiazun-Zan-La-Yung. That's a mouthful. Is it Yazunyan-La-Yung?
SG8.
Yeah. Locations given are Xi'an, China, described as original yellow-skinned races, and the Taklamakan Desert in Tibet, with original brown-skinned races.
China and Tibet. And the Maji line. This is described as the original Wayuu Melchizedek Tibetan races. Light brown skin, light eyes, from the Lop North Taklamakan Desert region. And it specifies this was before something called Nephilim rating and the Wayuu Chinese lineage.
More specific terms, Nephilim rating sounds like internal conflicts or events in their narrative.
Seems that way. These terms likely have specific meanings within the broader MCEO freedom teachings mentioned at the end of the document.
Right. Okay, tribe 9, Yunzu-Zen, SG9.
Seed locations. North of Lhasa in Tibet, brown-skinned races noted there. And the Westport area of southern England, white-skinned, dark-haired races as Q-Site 9.
Tibet and England, that's quite a geographic jump.
It is. The Maji Grail-Line connects the Yumuwa Chinese with dark-haired, dark-eyed, fair-skinned, original English Mua Melchizedek races.
Fascinating combination. Okay, tribe 10, Mahula, pronounced Mahuta, SG10.
Locations here center around the Middle East. Sumerian UR, the Persian Gulf near Abadan, Iran, and Al-Basra, Iraq, Q-Site 10. The document adds that many family lines fled during early Sumerian raids.
Fled where?
To Saqqara in Egypt, and regions now called Afghanistan and Uzbekistan. And it adds